Alright, so I've got people in here. Got that going for me. Alright, so what I'm looking to do tonight is make this yellow terrain, lava terrain from Dwarven Forge. It's the most recent Kickstarter they had. They have a new one that they're working. That's on there right now for their Wildlands. But so what I'm trying to do is make this look like this. And so I got the full lava river set unpainted because their stuff is like 40% cheaper, 50% cheaper if you buy just the terrain and paint it yourself. I'm a terrible painter. I do my best, but I'm not very good. But I follow their videos a lot, and I do some of my own, like how I think it should look on my own. So what you can see here, the reason why it's yellow, they do it's brown. Usually it looks like this. This right here is like from their most recent cavern set that I have pieces still that I'll probably be painting on here as well. And so they did with these to make them more see-through so that you can do stuff like this. They have these LED panels underneath that you can put underneath the lava that make them glow. So you can turn up the intensity based upon, So I'm attempting to make this from this. I've gone through their video. They basically give you the steps, and there's multiple steps involved. And the colors you start with, this is the most boring part. White. So you're supposed to paint everything that you don't want to glow, which is going to make it rather time consuming. So I figured I'll just put it on Facebook because, who cares? So let's just start it up. I've been wanting to paint during all this COVID fun. And I've just been doing so many other things, or work's been busy and all that other stuff that it's been a long time coming. I should have been painting this whole time. I've got plenty of stuff to paint. I got minis. I've got. I'm gonna start. Well, actually, I'm gonna get myself. I'm gonna get this organized here. I'm gonna get all these other pieces out of the way. We're gonna work pretty much on one piece. I'm gonna work on this guy right here because this guy is kind of the start of the river, and that's kind of where I'm thinking I want to go. So you can see all of these. It's hard to see because of the way it is, but there's this whole meandering river that kind of goes through. This is a cool volcano as well. But I just want to make sure so just put this so it's not so cluttered here. Put this stuff all over. That's the nice thing about this stuff. You can just stack it right up. I should get this light on over here. Forgot to turn this light on here. Tighten this up. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. Let there be light. A lot better here. Okay. So I'm making a mess here. Just give myself. Okay. So what they call for is for you to actually find the rocks themselves and full on white to start, because I guess science, white is a good absorber of light. So we're trying to be as careful as possible to make sure that all the orange can come through. So you're just trying to find the rocks. I had to actually do some reference on the pieces themselves to figure out where the lava was at one point, because getting as whole old is fun and trying to figure out where it is. So here we go. So this is the lava's coming down. You can't see this very well. Like lava's coming down here, and it just has a couple of rocks here. So this will probably take a couple of coats of the black after I do the white. But so the process is to put the white on the rocks, and this will actually probably need 2 coats. You put them on the rocks, and then you put the orange and reds throughout here and in between the cracks. So unlike on these pieces here, you want the cracks to kind of pop. Just see like this right here. So you're going to do the white where the black is, and then you're just going to put the orange in there, and then you'll put the black on top of that. So that's essentially what I'm doing here. So at least this way, I'm being held accountable and actually have to paint these things. Because I told my wife that I would be unable to buy more if I didn't paint what I had. And I got a bunch of forests I got to do, so we're going to do some happy little trees later and pull some Bob Ross stuff later this week probably. Because I want to get the whole thing set up, and then I want to do some photography of the pieces, like a video of the pieces once they're all together. Because I got a nice macro lens for the video camera. That may kind of look pretty cool. Do like a still shot of the terrain. So the other thing is I generally don't worry about screwing up too bad with acrylic paints. It's pretty easy to just put water on it and undo if you do screw up. But when I first started painting, I am not an artistic person. I can write. I try to write. I write a lot of adventures and stuff like that. But when it comes to hand-eye coordination, I am god awful. And I think it was 4 years ago. Maybe it was 3 years ago, 2016 or 2017. I wanted to start playing some Blood Bowl with my buddy Micah, who also does videos on here, and a couple of other guys that were like, okay, you got to paint a team. And I wasn't just, and all of the teams you could buy it from somebody unpainted or painted, but I'm like, well, the whole point of this is to do it yourself, no matter how good or bad you are. So started doing that, and my first team, my Norse team, came out pretty freaking ugly. But they came out, and actually the one guy on the team, who was the Yeti, was like the beast. He was one of my favorites, and I actually did a pretty good job with him. I didn't do a terrible job. Some blood on his face, and had the white and did some washes. And that's the other thing is that the sculpt is what makes me a better painter and other people who may be more amateurs like me. The sculpt of say like this terrain, it's done so well that when you get to the dry brushing portion, it's like no matter what you did, you know, unless someone's going over it with a microscope, which if they're playing with you and you're like, look at this cool terrain, they shouldn't. It should be like whatever. But so yeah, this is probably going to be 2 coats of white, which is going to be annoying. Because this is the most boring part about this is unlike when you're doing the minis themselves, the minis you can actually give yourself some progress. This guy I have to touch up again. Nope, I'm not. Get him in the right spot here. So this guy, I had sealed him, but you can see he's got some. Oh, I have to get a better. The GoPro's doing all right, but so his face is shiny. This is one of my more favorite, or one of the ones I've done that I'm actually very proud about. This muscles and everything like that. But I had to touch him up on the edges. This is from my friend Lars, who we play Pathfinder and D&D and all those with. So when you're doing figures, it's like there's a lot more payoff when you're doing it because you can see it coming to life. You're doing terrain until it actually gets to the point where you're dry brushing. It's not as fun, but when you actually get the terrain all put together, it's really cool and impressive when you're playing with people. So you can see here that this there we go. There we go. Let's see. I'm using the laptop to stream on this one, so I don't know if it's showing me anything on this. I don't even know if this is working. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's... Yeah, so the people are actually in here, but I can't see it on OBS, so maybe I gotta open up the browser and talk to you guys. Let me pull up Facebook here and take a look. Alright, so... Alright, it's a lot easier here now. Let me pull up Facebook here. Alright, cool. So I can actually take a look. Mute this. There we go. So I can actually chat with people here. Alright, cool. Alright. So there we go. My uncle's in here. He gets bored by we do broadcast our open legend games on Tuesday, which I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow. And it's not everyone's thing. I can't stand watching people play D&D on the streams, but it's always sometimes I do it sometimes to see what other dungeon masters do. What the hell is that? For ideas. And I gotta get my Bob Ross on for this stuff, I guess, because I don't know how the hell that guy could sit there and do a 3-hour freaking thing on PBS. He just sat there talking about his happy little freaking trees. But yeah, this section here is going to be kind of cool, because the cool thing about this one too is that it has LEDs on the bottom, and you can turn on the LEDs, and they give you. So this will actually, like, you'll have it coming up to the light coming up through the bottom, and then you'll also have these little like flashes coming on the sides. It's kind of neat. The problem I have with Facebook is they force you to put a game as when you're doing your stream. They make you put a game in, and I'm not necessarily playing D&D. Matter of fact, I find D&D a lot of the times 3.5 is pretty good, but I haven't tried 5 yet. They simplify it. I prefer Open Legend. I've actually had a really good time playing, because you can play less. I love fantasy, but you can play a lot. You can play like superheroes. You can play mystery, or you can play the occult. That sort of thing. All right. So I'm hoping to get this whole what I want to do is finish this piece tonight. So I'm doing my best to kind of move it along. Well, usually when I'm painting, I'm kind of in my own little world, because I don't want to kind of a way of like unplugging. Some people would see it as work. I don't see it as work. I just see it as kind of like a Zen sort of thing. Usually have like music or something on the background, but when you're on the stream, you can't. So I'm just gonna sit here and talk like Bob Ross. Let's see how this thing is here. I'm trying to figure out where this is all. Okay, yeah, it's a stalactite from the top, right? And this is the lava that's coming down here. Let's see here. So yeah, let's see. Most of it right now is me trying to figure. Okay, so it's spilling. You got to feel like how it's spilling down. It's kind of spilling down on the side here, and it's spilling down here. And so this is all rock that needs to be not glowing. It's not the easiest to. The nice thing of see that a lot of the Dwarven Forge stuff. What's nice is it's usually a quick paint. You do like the caverns are you kind of set up a little system where you're doing a piece. You're doing one color of a piece. You do the next color, you do the next color. There's usually like 2 or 3 colors, but these more recent sets have become a lot more intricate with the color schemes, which is probably why it's so much more expensive to buy the pieces painted, and it's why it's so much of a better value to buy them unpainted and just do the thing yourself, even when you suck like I do. I gotta stop saying I suck. I'm okay. I'm just an amateur, right? But the nice thing is I think anyone can really do this stuff. It's like I was saying, it's all about the sculpts. The sculpts are what make it easy to not screw it up. I met a guy when I was out at Gen Con, a guy named Tommy Spencer, a really cool dude. We met when we were doing, there was a local brew tour at the end of the first day of Gen Con. My buddy Scotty and I went and we were there, and I was wearing a Predator t-shirt. And Tommy came up to me and said, "Man, I love your shirt." And we started chatting and stuff. And he's a guy that actually does this stuff. He actually sells his stuff. He does a lot of the 4K, the Warhammer 40K figures. And those are armies. Armies upon armies upon armies. And those armies are, it can be kind of crazy, right? Because they all have to match. They all have to have their own color scheme. And he does that. He's crazy. He's got a dry brush. He's got a not dry brush. He's got a airbrush, and yeah, he's got his shit down. He's really good. Like he's really good. Like he can paint with his eyes closed way better than I could. But he's like, oh, I always like when people are actually trying to paint, because there's nothing like going to play on a table and someone shows up with unpainted stuff. Now they don't give them a hard time because it's like, people just want to play. They want to play. Because when people actually make the effort and maybe even just throw some colors on, even if they're kind of doing like a paint by number or something like that, at least they're giving it a thought, right? They're trying to. I wonder if I should have left that crack open, but I'm not, because this is the lava river. Like there's no lava underneath. It's just the river that I want really kind of popping out on this thing. So I'm going to let the cracks go. It's like all of a sudden this lava just started going. It's not coming up underneath. It's coming down and flowing through. So I'm not going to kind of do all the cracks on this side here and the subsequent, because I want all the light to be coming really just emanating out of the end here. I know it's boring. You're painting white on yellow. And you can kind of see, but not really. There's a trough here, actually. Trying to get to that. So I'm going to try to continue the scheme on this to be like all of a sudden this lava just started flowing down and through. And I got to do the back too. There's a cool little fossil on the back. Show you guys in a minute. So there's that. Hold on. I gotta change that. I got music in my ear. It gives me a little bit of. Let's see here. Get the music back on. What's going on over here? Let's see, multi-stream. People must be on Twitch. I should log into Twitch. I don't have Twitch on here. But my daughter's on there. She's talking to people on Twitch. I guess I should get Twitch up here too. I'm gonna log into Twitch. Twitch. They're laughing in the other room. I don't know what's going on. I'll log in. I'm gonna log into mine. Let's see here. Oh, of course. Oh, this thing's gonna sit here and make me verify. Alright, so now I have to check my email. Check the emails. There's my verification email for Twitch. 09. Veronica just texted me and said, "Can you see what's on Twitch?" And I'm like, "No, I can't."
That one as well.
I'm an old
and if
man.
you want a different experience, maybe like a more AAA
Dwarven
experience.
Forge is live. We know that. Where's my
Watcher
Twitch?
is fantastic as well. I think they're both amazing games. Why am I eating? I don't want to eat quite yet. At least in game.
I am streaming.
Let's see.
Go to my channel.
While we're getting this ready.
Yeah, let's see what's people. Watcher is
fantastic as well.
Alright, let's see who else is here.
Why am I eating?
Alright, I'm back.
Quite yet. At least in game.
It's very nice and calming. Wow. My voice isn't nice and calming. Oh, she'd be like, "Look what Ross here. We're gonna talk about it. Happy little lava. Right here. There's some lava right here. The lava. Let's see who else is here. The lava flow. Alright, I'm back. Alright. And then I don't have to do. I'm gonna have to do two passes with this. My voice isn't nice and calming because I want to make sure that the light definitely doesn't. You know, it does this. I'm making sure that the light doesn't shine through. Some lava right here. You know, I want it to be the lava flow. I want it to look like that lava. Thank you. I'm gonna have to do two. Thank you for that. All right, so as I was saying, I was talking about how the detail on these make it a heck of a lot easier. I was talking about Tommy, the guy I met Tommy out in at Gen Con. And obviously, we didn't get to do Gen Con this year. I was sad because I met so many cool people at Gen Con last year, and it was my first time. Thank you for that. Going to Gen Con, and at my age, you'd think I would have had more time, but I had kids, and I had responsibilities, and now my kids are older, and they're adults, and I'm going to go do fun stuff. Obviously, we didn't get to do Gen Con cheer me on. I was sad. My daughter's cheering me on right now on Twitch. At Gen Con last year, and it was my first time going to Gen Con, and at my age, you'd think I would have had more time, but the nice thing about, like I said, painting too, like I had a heck of a day at work. My kids are older, and I'm working from home. It is nice to kind of not think too much. Just kind of put yourself into it. The biggest thing I had when I started painting, I was all worried I was going to screw it up. I spent all this money on these minis. I spent, you know, whatever. I'm going to screw it up. You just have to get to a point just kind of where you don't worry about it. The biggest thing I had when I started painting, I was all worried I was going to screw it up. I spent all this money on these minis. I spent, you know, whatever. I'm going to screw it up. You just have to get to a point just kind of where you don't worry about it. The biggest thing I had when I started painting, I was all worried I was going to screw it up. Okay. Try again. Sorry, guys. I don't know if so. I went double. Katie came and helped me.
Hi everyone.
Kiddo came to help me out because I wasn't listening to the actual output. I'm actually usually pretty good about that. I've done a lot of video. I've done a lot of audio and stuff over the years. So I'm still learning the whole streaming thing, the whole configuration and stuff. I did a lot of video editing. I've done a lot of video effects, I've done audio stuff, but I've never dealt with the streaming stuff, so it's just a new thing to try to figure out here. Alright, so I see this lava is going to be pretty freaking badass. That's what it's going to be. So you imagine like you're running an adventure. I don't know how many of you play tabletop RPGs, but if you were to like have someone like build out this whole thing, and then all of a sudden it's like you enter a room and the sulfur is biting at your nostrils, and then they reveal. You have to get across or find a way to navigate this river of lava without melting your face off. It's kind of cool. Definitely cool. All right, let's see. Let me get my music going in my head or in my ear here. What do I got? Okay, cool. All right. Tap the little accidents. That's right. That's the thing. That'll date me, kids. I used to watch that on PBS when I was a kid in the 80s, when there was nothing else on and all you had was PBS and Bob Ross. This is going to be like a little outcropping, just a little bit of rock that didn't get covered yet. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Does anyone do any tabletop gaming? Or is it all video games? Oh, camera a bit closer to the terrain mark. Yeah, I'll work on that. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get the camera coming down a little bit. Help you guys out to see this. So we're going to come in. Alright, let's get down here a little bit. I got this tripod going that is basically sitting right in front of my face. I posted a picture on Facebook. Let's get this little guy here. Alright. Come on. Oh, I need this to not. Okay, cool. Alright, Mark. You tell me if that's a little better for you. Although it's harder for me to paint underneath like this, but yeah, I'll get there. While I'm on here, I should be okay. I need to get a better camera setup, I think. Is that better, Mark? Because I don't want these cracks in here. Just be flat out like. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, this one's going to be pretty easy because the lava is not worried about it. I don't want it to peek out over here. I want this to be all rocky terrain here. Come on. This is the hard. This is when usually you get a bigger brush when you're doing bigger stuff, but I don't want to go too far with it, so keep it nice and easy. Whew. Let's see here. Yeah, Theo. The thing that's cool now is, with COVID, my friends and I started doing tabletop over over the interwebs. It's not ideal, but it allows you to just tell a story and kind of go through it and not deal with the constraints of like a video game or whatever. I want this lava to be kind of. Oh, this lava kind of comes in here. It's hard for me because I got to make sure I keep my piece right here. That's what needs to happen. Keep it right there. Oh, cool. Yeah, tabletop 40K. I love the Warhammer universe and I love Blood Bowl. Um, but I was watching people play tabletop 40K, and the first time a nerd pulled out a ruler, I went, "Nope, fuck that, I ain't doing that." And the reasoning is, nerds be fighting over millimeters, and I don't want to deal with that. I just don't want to deal with the argue. I get enough rules lawyers in D&D to have someone go, nope, nope, because just this, nope, you're off. But any tabletop gaming is good. Yeah, it's interesting broadcasting to multiple multiple places. I'm on Twitch, on Facebook. It's kind of crazy. So, but that's good, Doctor Green, because when you're playing with good people, you don't worry about it. My issue is generally when you get to tournament level meta. It's like I love playing Magic. I've been playing Magic since Revised Day, since '93. Introduced a lot of my friends to it. Um, but I just like playing with friends. I don't the super competitive nature of it. To me, that's the super competitive stuff's what kind of ruins some games. I mean, I know some people love it. Hey, good on you, man. If you love tournament play and you love playing competitively, like oh man, all more power to you. But I get more enjoyment out of hanging out with good people who just want to have a good time, win or lose, see what happens. I don't want to be arguing over millimeters. Like I was talking to that guy Tommy I met at Gen Con, the guy who does all the 40K painting for the armies and stuff, and he was talking about how at Gen Con in 2018 there was a huge ruckus in the tournament because some guy showed up. He showed up with his guys who were supposed to be on horseback, right? So and in 40K everything is about like line of sight, and he showed up with guys who are supposed to be on horseback, and he glued them all to turtles, and the turtles were shorter. And everyone was losing their shit. And he went like, he was RP. He's like, oh, the RP, my guys are from this race, and they have this turtle as their mounts. They trained them and everything, and people were losing their geek minds. They were like, no way, which I thought was pretty funny. But but I do love me some Blood Bowl. My buddies and I play a lot of Blood Bowl. I've painted. See, I've painted. Well, my first was the Norse team, and then I painted a Chaos team, and they were like the Raiders, which are now in LA because their fans are crazy. They're the Chaos Mutants. And I painted my humans, which will actually be going to my brother. My brother, I did the orcs and humans for him. So I have to, and those are one is like a bronze color scheme, copper bronze, and then I did Patriots theme. And I know everyone hates the Patriots, but the humans were perfect scheme for that. And this camera's like, I gotta find a way to get a better rig going with this camera. This is just gonna be. Yeah, see? Line of sight, man. All my guys are hiding. But doesn't it make it like, it must affect the person too. Oh, there's some Dwarvenite in here. So Dwarven Forge, they hide little things in their sculpts. And that right there, these little bumps here, are Dwarvenite, which I will paint a different scheme. So I'm going to make sure I remember, well, the white helps me see that they're there. But I'm going to I'm gonna paint that a black, and then I'm gonna put some purple and some iridescent colors to make it their dwarvenite. That's their thing. And then I guess everyone can see the fossil in here, little demon here. So we'll do this in some like some bone type colors. So I'll have to get some different colors out of the paint box here. No. So there we go. Let's see. Yeah, this camera's pretty much on. Alright, cool. Alright. So the hardest part about this is that they don't, so Dwarven Forge, they do the Picorni paint. So Stefan Picorni is the guy who made Dwarven Forge, or he created Dwarven Forge, started from the beginning. Stefan's a really kind of cool guy. They actually had a documentary they did a couple of years ago, and I met them at cons and everything. But he came out with the paints for his stuff. But more recent paint schemes, they're not using his paints. So like as much as I have lava yellow and lava orange, they're supposedly not using them. So I'm gonna wash these down. I'm gonna wet these down and see if I can make them into a proper paint scheme for doing the lava right in the middle there. Get white all over me. I'm gonna have to go over this guy again. Yeah, this is gonna be, this back section is gonna need a good amount. I might have to get the bigger brush out because we don't need to. Yeah, let's get the big guy out. Let's get the big guns because I don't have to worry so much. Okay, there we go. Let's just get this guy going because the back of this doesn't need to be anything crazy. We just need it whitewashed. So we'll just make sure that the skeleton doesn't get lost. Let me put a big amount of slather on there, but I'll go through and dry brush it off if I need to. Alright. So let's dry the brush out a little bit. Get these cracks here. Let's dry the brush out a little bit here. Let's see what we can see. See if we can pull some of the paint back out of this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Looks pretty good. That might be why I couldn't hear myself. Oh. Just mute. Well, if you get snappy, what happens? This is muted. There we go. You get snippy? You ever see Ferris Bueller? You're gonna get snooty. You're gonna get snotty. All right. first coat is done of the white, as I freaking continue to touch the stuff I've just painted and not letting it dry. So we're gonna let that one dry. That guy sit there right there. Let's see, because I have to do another coat of that. So yeah, you've got different terrain. This is an old school TSR from. I got to go over him again and seal him better. This is like the metal for some reason. Every once in a while, it just comes right through there. Yeah. So I gotta touch him up a little bit. What else have I got over here? I'm working on a bunch of other stuff. Always working. There's some other guys. Let's see. What else do I have here? I got this guy. I got this guy. So then, when you get the metals, okay, when you work with the plastic, at least, this guy's got stuff on him. When you work with plastic, you can at least kind of get him over here. You don't have to worry so much when you seal them up. They don't. What's this light doing over here? This light's being. Hold on a second. Let me get this light. This light's not cooperating. Oh, I think I figured out why. This light is being. No, you're going the wrong way, light. Why you fight me? Why you fight me so? All right, then I'll just do this. Just put that. All right. So that should be a little bit better. Let's see. Let me see this guy a little bit better. So yeah, the nice thing, I mean, there's some guys that are just so good. Oh, Katie did this here. A little loot all. It's hard to see. Let's see. It's hard to see it. And then I like gnomes, so I always paint gnomes. But these are from Hero Forge. You can get the 3D printed one. They'll actually sell their 3D prints too if you have a 3D printer. So my stuff's a little rough, but at least it's painted. You know, it was from my buddy Scott. So this little fox. We were playing Pathfinder. Yeah, Kitsune Monk, I think, is what it was. Alright, what else we got here? Alright, so this guy, still tacky. Start with the front though. So, yeah, see the thing is I gotta touch the lava. Oh, this is what I'll do. I'll just touch the lava portion. Down here, and get paint all over me, and just go over this guy again. Gotta get this. Of course, now I'm touching the back with my thumb. This is what you do. Just continually get your hands. Ugh. Well, actually, it just got sticky there, so it didn't actually stick. Didn't come off. All right. All right. We'll get a quick second coat of the white on, and then we'll go and start doing the orange and see if we can make the orange look really good. Because I'm really kind of excited to see how that looks. I want to see how it. Let's get in some of these nooks and crannies here. Come on. Well, I can actually move the other camera. Oh, and now that you've seen what I'm going for, we can actually move this over here, I think, and kind of get another angle, right? we can get angle number 2. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 1, angle 2, angle 1, angle 2. Alright, let's see if that gives us something to work with here. Need to be more aimed at the piece. That'd be kind of a good idea. Actually, not. I'm just getting all cramped here. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna make everyone freaking sick as I move shit around here. Get this look right here. Now I'll actually absolutely have absolutely no room to do anything. All right. Learning to paint with all the cameras in your way. It's like a new difficulty setting. White over here. New difficulty. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 1, angle 2. Alright. Yeah, definitely needs a second coat. Definitely. You can see the yellow coming through there. I know I'm going to go black on top, but as much of that stuff that gets blocked, the better. I really just want that. Really want the. I want the lava to just pop right off the piece. I just want it to be like. Alright, I'm just going to keep going. This is some of the more boring stuff to paint because you gotta put your work in first before you get the cool, satisfying. Yeah. 'Cause the other stuff you just basically throw a couple colors on and then you just dry brush it and you're like, and you feel like, oh, I did so much. And people go, oh my god, you're so good. And you're like, yeah, no, it's very easy. When you show people how to dry brush this stuff, it's like, it does all the work because the sculpting of this stuff, this is all hand sculpted stuff. They don't 3D print this stuff. They have to injection mold it to get the quality of what they do. So they have people that are sculpting this out of clay, and then they do all the mock-ups, and they get these steel. Did I just paint the camera? Funny if I did. Guess not, I didn't. So they got they build these molds. I guess these steel molds that they inject the resin into, and I guess the molds are like like $8,000 or more, depending upon what the piece is, to get them done. Nope, I don't want that. That's the cool thing is with the acrylics, you can just kind of use your finger to dot it up and clean up stuff if you get too far along. All right, here we go. Cool. This is the stuff I want to make sure this cover is really good. And make sure this kind of. All right. So now I gotta let this side dry because I'm gonna sit here and we're gonna be touching. Oh, I can do it this way. I'm hitting the camera. I'm all cramped. If I had a picture of how tight these cameras are while I'm trying to do this. I got a light here, camera here, light there, light over here. It is not the easiest. I gotta come up with a better rig. I got way too much over here. I don't like how much paint's on that. So if you have too much, get yourself a dry brush and you can kind of pull it off. So it's not all blotted. So you can just do that. to get a better setup with the GoPro. GoPro's kind of limited. Let's see. I don't make anyone do anything, girl, you know that. Green. But you don't make friends with salad, as The Simpsons has taught us. You don't make friends with salad. You don't make friends with salad. Watch it. Alright, let's see. Still tacky on the back there. Still tacky. So tacky. This looks like a molar. Looks like it's gonna take a bite. Now that it's white. Alrighty. I was hoping this would go a little faster, but it's like watching paint dry. And insert dad joke. That's the thing that stinks about streaming is they should have like a thing where it's like you can just have music that like someone has licensed. Like even if it's just like Amazon has like, oh, I have these songs licensed, you can just have it like a radio station so that like it's something in the background while you're doing whatever, you know? I don't know. I have my limited Discord green with my old fart friends. Brass League Gaming. It's for the old dudes. Because I don't want to cramp my kiddo's style. She's got her own expression. She got to express herself her own way. You know? I don't need to get in the way of that. Because I don't want to embarrass her. Man, trying to get certain details and I'm screwing up with this one. I'm gonna have to put this thing back up because I know it's nice to be able to see the detail on the top one, but I can't see a damn thing and I keep freaking this thing's going back up. Going back up so I can at least get something, some semblance of. Alright. Get up, get up, get up, get up. There we go. Alright. That at least gives me like that, and then I can get this guy in here for more of a shot. How's that look? Oh, you guys want dad jokes? Oh boy. Buckle the fuck up. Here we go. I was doing dad jokes in my 20s. That's because I was a dad in my 20s. Alright. This white is like. I find myself. You know what? The only way I'm going to be able to paint these things is if I stream. Because it'll just be everyone telling me, finish it. Finish him. Just finish the damn things because I am already bored. At least with the forest ones, which I'm going to do later this week, I think. At least with the forests, it's like, it's mixed up. You get to do different colors, and the caverns are kind of boring, but once you get them done, like I said, let's see. We'll see what happens. Maybe the orange will make me happier about painting this stuff. And I bought it, so I have to paint it. It's the rules. It's the rules. Just gonna glob this white shit on here. I think 2 should be enough. We'll see. If I gotta do 2 coats of black, I gotta do coats of black, but that's gonna be... Man. So I'm not too worried about white being in here. White of... Alright. Man. I need this thing like... Why is this thing like... It's looking weird. Maybe I should just drop it down a little. Alright. You know, I don't like where that thing is either. Let me get this rig set up. Come on. This over here. Alright. A little better. Oh, man. I'm not famous. I'll make you famous. And I don't want to be dipping in water, because then I'll be like, why is the white coming off? That'd be fun, huh? You'll just see like a senile moment happening right before your eyes. Oh, I'm just gonna... What happened to all of it? I don't understand. This is gonna be fun doing this section here. Yeah. The blackout for that one. We'll do the iridescent stuff for that. Alright, I'm gonna get the big guy out for this guy again. The bones though. The bones are here. I don't want to get them. No, but this is just not, it's gonna take forever. We're doing it. Making a command decision. Making a command decision. Let's keep it nice and easy at the top. Because it's taking too long. And I'll just clean up around the skeleton in a minute. Get these little pieces here. Alright. I think we're looking pretty good there. Alright. I'll just make sure I got... Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, now we'll clean this stuff up around the skeleton so we don't lose it. I'll get my dry brush. So pull this guy out of here. Just pull this stuff out of here. Oh, looks like we got a little... Get this, like, just dry the brush. You just gotta dry this. It's like half the time it's just knowing how much to put on and when to put it on, and it's like... I still can't do eyes. I'll make Katie doing the eyes for me because she's really artistic. My kid's like way more artistic in ways that I am not. She's really good. Alright. She does that, and my son plays guitar. Like, I know I couldn't play a instrument if you paid me. I look at things like that and I go, I don't know. I can play air guitar. I'm pretty good at that. I can do air guitar. You gotta clean the brush. You gotta clean the brushes off. That's another important thing. You gotta make sure your brushes get cleaned off. Alright. Think about drinking licenses now? License to drink. Alright. We gotta wait for that guy to dry off a little bit, but we'll be moving into figuring out what we're gonna do for our orange. Let's just take a look at the consistency of it, see what it looks like. I'm gonna do this guy. See what we've got from a consistency standpoint. Most of the oranges and reds I found are very watery, no matter what you do. Whereas other colors, I think it's just the nature of the pigment. Or if you get them from Michael's, they come out like poop, and you're like, why did I pay $2.50 for that piece of shit? So we're gonna try their lava orange and see what it comes out like, because I think it'll work. I mean, they're the professionals; they know what they're doing. But you know what? It's half the fun, right? All right, let's see here. I mean, this is already very watery. It's just a matter of whether or not it's translucent enough. If I gotta like, I mean, it seems pretty translucent. Oh. Like, it seems like it's gonna come on here and be runny. It's the worst that happens. It's the worst that happens. Let's put this guy right here. All right, let's get this guy right here. Just drop this tripod way down. Drop this guy way down. Let's see what we can see if we can get the extreme close up like in Wayne's World. All right. I'm just curious to see what this looks like when you, like, to me it just seems like it's so thin anyway. You're just kind of dry brushing it down anyway. So you just thin it out. You just want it to be kind of like a, it looks flowy on its own. I mean, if I'm doing a comparison, I mean, because I mean, this is not. I think it's gonna be just fine. I think it's gonna work pretty good. I got people on both. Like, this is the problem with streaming to multiple places. I got Twitch on one. I got Brassley gonna. Hey BC, yeah, these are Dwarven Forge pieces. These are well, I could just Google Dwarven Forge. They're actually on Twitch right now, live streaming themselves because they got a Kickstarter. They do dungeon pieces. But I think this orange is going to work really well. You just sort of thin it out a little bit on the brush, and I think you just kind of almost do like a dry brush. I think this comes through pretty good, and then as you can fade it out on the edge, I think is where it's at. And then I'll make it darker red and like blackish over here, like it's starting to cool. And then I can do some yellows in the middle, like, and I don't care if I get it on the white because the white's going to get covered. But it seems like this is where it's at. That's why you do the white first before you put the black on. But this seems to me like this is where it's at. This is popping. I like this. I like this very much. Part of the hard thing about this is trying to concentrate on painting, and I got people talking to me too. I got to get better about this. It's like so weird. Usually you're not used to people sitting here watching it, but then you're like, well, you did start up a stream, dude. You should kind of think about that, but you don't, because I'm so used to just being in my own head with this stuff. I almost want to go thicker in the middle, but this is just fine. Like, this to me is really kind of, I like this orange a lot. The details. It's all in the reflexes. You know what old Jack Burton says? Who? Me, Jack Burton. It's all in the reflexes. I'll do all the 80s quotes anyone wants. I'll do 80s, 90s. I do them all. Movies. I do it all the time to my kids. And then I make them watch. I'm like, did you see this movie? No. All right, we're watching it. Gotta watch it. Oh, man. Back is still really wet. Back is still really wet. Yeah, NBC. So you're trying to concentrate and doing what you normally know what you're doing, right, Brad? And then you're like, wait a minute, people are watching. But you're like, yeah, I know people are watching, but still. I think this orange is where it's at, man. I really do. Like, I don't know why they didn't use their own orange in their YouTube videos. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is like the perfect consistency for this. And once I go over the white with the black, this will just be like, I think this is where it's at. I totally do. And I'll get a little, like, it's just basically essentially just dry brushing this stuff on. Like, really. And you can go heavier in some areas if you want, like in the middle, like it's kind of like it's oozing out. And the yellow underneath where it's really, really hot. I think this is this piece is going to come together pretty quickly. All right, so maybe doing the white isn't so bad. Well, hopefully we'll see. We'll see what happens when we put it on the light, on the lights. Let's see. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward stuff, man. This is why I say, like, the sculpts, as bad as I am with my eye-hand coordination, the work that these guys do, these guys and gals, these peeps, the work that they do is so detailed. It just makes it so easy to do this stuff. Like, what do you see when you do the dry brushing on the paints? Like, they really kind of like... Oh, I have to get the gray out for that. Yeah, I think this is... I'm going to do a little bit of shiny. This is looking pretty good. Get a little bit on the middle here. Looks like a little... And like I said, I get some darker reds. Get some darker red on the edges here. Make it look like it's cooling on the edges. Be kind of neat. All right. What? I don't even know what the hell's going on over here. See, now I can see Twitch and Facebook's chat, but I can't respond. I can only respond through voice, because if I go to chat, I have to go to the specific thing. This is crazy shit. All right. I gotta let this dry a little bit, but I was excited to get the orange in. I think I pretty much nailed where I need the orange down in here. I think I got that orange done. Let's see if I have any red. Let me get my red out. Really dark red. It'd be kind of neat to see what it looks like. Lava orange. Where's my red? This red is real. This red is really deep though. So let's see. Let me clean the brush off here. Let's see what this red will come out and look like. I'll just do a little bit on the edge and see what it would look like. Because I'm gonna do something. Remember, there's gonna be all the white's gonna be black, and there's gonna be a little bit of gray. Let's see what some of the red may look like. It might be too dark, but we'll see. We'll just put it like right on the edges here and see what it looks like. All right. So this is okay here. Oh, I have a visitor.
Cat break.
I have a visitor. She's coming to visit. She's tired. This is Brutalitops. The magician. She's awesome. All right. And she likes to hang out in this room here because this is the room when we brought her home that she was in. This is Katie's old room. But now it's my office / hobby room / guest room. But let's see what this red looks like. I'd be kind of, because it's like you want to give yourself a couple of different tones. This is a really, really dark color, though. I use this in my autumn scheme for the trees that I'm doing. I mean, it looks... Let's see. We'll see. We may veto it. Who knows? And I did actually paint the lens of the GoPro. That's funny. All right, so let's see if we give it a little bit here. Let's see. Maybe we can wet it down a little bit. Let's get a little bit of water in here. I should get my pipettes out. Pipettes. Get them pipettes. Like you're in a lab or something, but you're not. All right, let's see what we can get for a... Let's see how this looks. They have wires everywhere. Get a little bit less. Little bit less. The way I learned to dry brush was I learned to dry brush by, when you dry brush, which I'll show you guys later, it looks like someone bled on the edge here. Not sure if I'm digging the red. If we make it like flow all the way and kind of feather out here. It'll probably dry a little different. We'll see how it dries. It's not terrible. Actually, it works out pretty good. Just on the edges of the bank, I think. What do you guys think? Why is it white to be black? My wife asked. Because the white. So when you think about the color spectrum, white is all colors, black is absence of colors. White absorbs the light, whereas black reflects the light. Yeah, I think the red's pretty good. I think I'll do the edges of both sides down here at the base here, not at the top, but just this base portion here along the crags here. Like it's kind of darkening a little bit. I think it's so as I was saying, how I learned to dry brush, because you dry brush with the big guys here. Dry brush with these guys, or I mean, you dry brush with any one. When you're doing dry brush on these guys, you do it with the big guy, and it's a very gentle sort of. You like your hand is dead, but I learned to dry brush by dry brushing my hand. See how it actually you can kind of see it because there's some paint on it. You learn to dry brush based upon how much you should be putting in. You dry brush your hand, and that's how I learned how to dry brush. So you know how much, so you can see the lines. That's how I learned how to dry brush. So I started dry brushing my hand because I was putting too much on, and I was wondering why it was looking all gloopy. And then I started like, how am I going to figure this out? And I just started dry brushing my hands. So we're going to do some red on the edges here. Here's some, let it feather out a little bit here. And dry out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Well, that red does look pretty good. Like I said, it's one of those things where you really kind of can't screw it up. I mean, if you put green on here, it'd be like, well, now you made an acid flow. Which you probably could take these and you could be like, you could totally take this and be like, I don't want to do lava. I'm going to do acid and make it yellow in the background and make green and put all the, like, you could do some really cool stuff with it. You don't have to do what they tell you to do. Although it'd be hard to do water because it's yellow, but you can make it like, I don't know. So, why that does that is beyond me. All right, so let's see how the back is looking here. How am I doing here? Okay, cool. So I need to put some orange. Let me put some orange on the back here. Nice and easy. And you have to make sure that this is completely dry before you start putting the black on. And I don't have to worry about the white. Just want to give it some of the orange. Okay. That's what I'm curious about, actually. They painted these orange ones, these flames, and they come. Where's my? Hold on. Stuff. They're in here. They come. These are my ice. So these are ice. Those are my ice ones. But where's my? Where they went? Let's see. Too much to be painted. Nope, not in there. Nope, really not that one. Might be over here. Where is? Oh, that might be in there. That's my forest. I'm doing those later. Yeah, here they are. Yeah, so they come like this. But they're, when it comes painted, they come painted like that. So I'm curious how the hell they get it looking completely, utterly orange. And I'm wondering if they're just hitting it with this. But this is a thicker look, but I think it would still, I think it'll still work. I don't know. You gotta get deep in there and really just, you know. I'm waiting for the other one to dry anyway, so I was just curious as to how. It looks like they're just a lot more. It's more of a wash, but it's like, how the heck do you get that to stick? You know. So I'm gonna play around with them because it's the end of the day. You can just. Hi, little one. Little Rue is in here. Brutalitops is in here. I think she's gonna go. Yeah, she's playing around with the Nerf dart, which is one of her favorite things now. So I'm gonna paint this whole thing orange because it's not gonna take most of the way, and if I have a problem, I'll just just wash it off. I can't even follow half the conversation. All right, let's see. So many cats. Not really. It's just Rue right now. Where is she? Hi, baby. She's like, Dad, how can I do my best to get in the middle of what you're doing? Let me see if I can screw around with your feet, and maybe it'll distract you and make it so that you screw up your painting. Because it's all about me. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta think about how that's gonna dry. I don't think it's gonna dry terribly, but it's gonna definitely need some dry brushing and highlights. And it's not gonna fully cover the piece because the orange, like I said, is thinner than usual than a lot of other colors. So this is not gonna be the easiest. And you're just gonna get your finger like, yeah, I'm gonna have to like do it in sections. All right. Enough of the flames. I'll put the flames later. That's a problem for another day. Let me get my. I got this. Okay. Flames out of the way. This guy is still tacky. I gotta wait for this white. It's a little bit humid in here today, so. But I want to get the black. I want to do this. Do the black here. So then I can actually dry brush it and see if it took the different colors. These colors here. I'm actually liking the red more and more. Once the black comes around here, it's gonna be really cool. And like from this angle here, it actually looks really kind of cool. Definitely looks kind of neat. I gotta get all like I have all this extra stuff here because it's like, oh, it's cool to have like dragons and wizards and stuff, but. Wait, what? What did I do? Nippies, what are you doing in here? Oh, Dad, I was coming in here because I was going to make it hard. I'm surprised she didn't jump up in my lap. Nippy Nips, what are you doing, baby? Should have closed the door. But that's okay. I gotta wash these out. All right, so let's see what else are we gonna do here. We gotta wait for this. This thing we really just have to wait for it to dry. I was hoping for the stream. I was hoping to finish one piece, so at least make one of these pieces look like one of these pieces. That's what the goal is. What are they doing for the brown at the top there? Because normally, like I said, it comes in this color, and all you have to do is just. I wonder how they recreated the brown up here. What do they use? I don't know what they used for that. I don't want to look online. They can try to figure it out. They probably use earthstone. Probably use this one. It looks kind of better. The cardboard is for the lighter ones, I think. Let's see here. Let's see what I can find in the stash to match that color. Gotta go in deep. Alright, let's go. Get this out of the way. That out of the way. Alright, let's see what we got here. I think I have base wood, but I don't think it's base wood that's gonna do it. Base wood's too light. I think it's the earthstone they use. So that's stucco. Oh, I need to use base gray too. Where's my base gray? Where's my base gray? No, that's all. Oh, maybe it's olive dry brush. No, not olive dry brush. Here's my base gray. Bright yellow and faded into yellow? Oh, faded into orange. So you're going bright yellow in the middle? That's a more red on theirs. So this red actually made a lot of sense, but I kind of like the... Just drop some yellow on here is what you're saying? I do have a lot of yellow. Maybe I should leave some of these, but I think that's kind of cheating. Like, just the yellow? There should be more of that. Should be... I like this song. Alright, let's see. Let's see what the yellow looks like down the middle. It's like a light. See, this is also another one of those pigments. See, it's like all runny. Some of these aren't like that. But like that pigment will come right through. So you're saying up here? Like up here? Let's see. What do I need to tell my Discord? Oh, Robot's not. Oh, okay. I was like, what? I thought she was talking to me. So it's like really hot coming from the top of this river here. We'll just run a little bit of yellow down the middle. We'll just dry brush it in there. Hi, Rue. Just get this like really like, almost dry it out a little bit. Like just really, like I like the layered lava look a lot more. And just go right down the middle with the yellow, I think. And the yellow to orange to red for how hot it is. I think that adds just a lot more texture to it. Yeah, I like that. So there you go. That's more of a contrast, I think. I like that contrast a lot because it looks a lot more flowy. Looks pretty good. Let's see. Get this up here. That looks pretty good, huh? Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm impressed, and I stink. It's still too tacky for me to do black. I gotta get a fan in here. Oh. Yeah, I think I gotta get some fans in here or something. Just gotta wait it out because I don't want to go. This one's dry. It's not as tacky as this side. So, what you doing, little one? You gonna go in your little spot? She found her little blankie. She's gonna be happy over there. Grab a drink. So this week I've got obviously I got these lava pieces I need to get done, and then I've got to finish my forests. Well, I've got pieces like this. Did I lose it? No, I didn't lose it. Yeah, so I got pieces like this, which I need to do in the cavern style, and these they get little lights, so you could actually put the flame on there, and then is it still going? Let's see. Yeah, and then let's see. So I got my forests, which I'm doing an autumn theme. Those I have a whole bunch of these to do. So these you have little one. Tree trunks. Got mushrooms. I got mushrooms to do. Let's see here. So you have trees. And the trees are all regular deciduous trees. They have conifers in their new set. So I don't have the trunks in this right here with me, but you put all the trees together. And then you've got and then they go on a stump, which is on their own base. And then you can pull the trees off and you can move your minis through. And then I got the mushroom ring, which is that'll be fun to paint, little like pastel like blues and greens, make them spotted, make them poisonous. That'll be fun. So I got those to do. More caverns, more dungeons I need to get done. But those are quick. Those I can get done pretty quick because they just do one color across a bunch of pieces, and then you do the next one. And got those ice pieces I need to do. Those are easy to do. I'll probably do those too. See where we're at on this guy here. So that'll be fun. Oh, it's meant. Oh, yeah, Brad. It's meant to be interchangeable. Here, let me show you the other piece I had going earlier. It's showing everyone this. Move this spider guys out. All right, let's see if I can get this set up for you, so you can see kind of how it's. So the setup is you can use these light panels. Let me turn them down. So you can use these light panels to light up. That's why they're yellow. And then the whole point of the Dwarven Forge stuff is when you're creating dungeons, you're making modular. So each of these pieces has this is 2 inches by 2 inches. So you can see like the pattern gives you're counting out your 5-foot squares as you're moving. You're supposed to be able to interchange pieces out and create your dungeons or create your landscape based upon your design, right? These light pieces were like their most recent thing, but you're supposed to be able to change out, and you can make a tunnel here if you wanted to. I mean, you can have walls or you can not have walls if you want to. So you can make like a dead end here. You can do it. You can do any number of things with their stuff. But I bought these pieces just kind of like I wanted to. Hold on. got a cat fighting. Hey, leave her alone. Get it out. Yes, stop. Stop it. Stop it. Leave that door open. Alright, so that's the whole point. Yeah, the lights are the new thing. But they always have done stuff where they do, like this is the volcano, they do LEDs in them. What's the other pieces I have? They have like walls where torches are hanging off of them, and like I've got, let's see here. So like I have the tavern here. So like when we build out, the front of this is missing. But you have, so if you can, let's see, you can kind of see it. So you have the tavern, you have the squares are in here, and then you've got your walls with these inserts that have torches, and you can put torches on the walls so that they light up. So you have like these torches that these are interchangeable walls for your houses or your town, stone and stucco and all those. So you can build out your adventures that way if you want to help people, to help immerse people. Really, it's just a big kid with toys. That's the way I look at it. Okay, so let's see if this guy's done drying, so we can do the black. It's almost there. Almost there, and then we can test. No, I should do the back of this with the yellow a little bit, just to make it not look so like it's. Just to make it a little bit. There we go. Get a little bit of color there. That color together. So I gotta do some minis at some point too, but I really want to get this terrain painted. My terrain painted. Terrain set up. Because then it'll be cool to kind of have those. They just did for the Kickstarter now. They have in the bottom of this guy, there's this like hole, and they actually have a fogger that you can put in this, and it'll like steam will come out, or fog or whatever, which is kind of neat. So it does pick up the mosquitoes in the background. Waiting is the hardest part. Let's see, maybe we can get some of the black in here. Let's see what we get here. Have to be careful with this one. This is when we're actually doing the detail work. Superheroes. We gotta test it. I'm gonna test it over here. Nope. And that's what it always seems to happen. Better not mind getting messy. That's the way I look at it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's see if we can make sure that I don't screw this up. Because this is where I usually screw up. I get all the base stuff done. And then I go and I, like, my hand goes, and I screw up here. This is what I'm pretty good at doing. Let me get, I'm going to actually throw this over here. I'll move this over here. But out of my way. See it from my, somewhat from my perspective. All right. All right, now this is the, don't screw it up, Mike. Don't screw it up. All right, I need to make it my paper towel. All right, let's see. There'll probably be a couple of coats of black to make sure. This is going to be sick looking. I'm already looking forward to it. Wow. This gets, yeah, it's going to be a couple coats of black. Just cover the white. Nice and easy. Exactly. Okay, so it's nice and steady. This is where I screw up. This is why I don't do eyes on miniatures, because it makes them look cross-eyed, or it makes it just, I hit their nose or something. A little bit over won't hurt anything. Just because we have to do it again anyway. And we'll be dry brushing, which will be even more nerve-wracking. It's always good to plant your wrists against something steady, like the table, if you have a steady table. All right, slowly but surely. It's just nice and easy. Nice and easy. See how when we dry brush these bits, we dry brushing them with a small brush, not a big one. The back I'll do with the big brush, but these small bits here, you don't want to put any of that color on the lava. You want the lava to have that nice orange. All right, one bit down. Yeah, Katie's very good at the pupils. She has this ability to just like, she just goes, dick, and she does it, and you're like, woohoo! And I go, I could never do that. What's going on with this brush? There's like a little, there's something at the end there. I don't really like what that thing's doing. I'm gonna get a different brush. Like this little fuzz right at the end. Like, it's causing me to, yeah. Let's find another one. One that doesn't do that. Let's see how this guy goes. Let's see how this guy looks. There we go. Much tighter point. Watch now, I'll screw up. Alright. Nice and black, like the land's been charred. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna do. Other pitches there. There's someone loud driving up the street. Thanks for fixing your muffler. We all appreciate it. That's the get off my lawn portion of this stream. I'm shaking my fist harder. Katie's probably rolling her eyes. There's a loud bug outside this room. It's making that noise. There we go. Put this in here like this. In this section right here. Get in there. Get in there. Come on. You're alright. Alright, cool. As good as that's gonna get right there. As good as that's gonna get. It's not the speakers that bother me. It's as long as you doesn't have like a muffler with a hole in it. It's the I've got a card. I want everyone to hear it. I don't care about music. Music's like whatever. That's why my hand starts to cramp up. I'm gonna put this more in an advantageous position for me as opposed to the camera. Come on, you got it. There you go. Alrighty. These ones are the more nerve-wracking ones. Cool. Yeah, you can already see that's going to need a second coat, but that's cool. That should be fine. Get them thumping bases. Alrighty, so this is the part that's not as bad, but it's definitely gonna need another coat. Cool. Nice and easy. All right. There we go. See, I totally think Amazon should let you be like, throw like Prime movies on in the background and stuff. They're like, I get it. They want you to play video games and have people watch, but like, people are doing more stuff like this, I think, as well. I'm gonna go like this. There we go. That's a better shot. Okay. There we go. Got a light sitting right by my face. Could turn the overheads on, but then it gets a little bit hot in here. Be nice in the winter though. Alrighty. I'm getting there. Just turn this guy like this. Way too much stuff in the way. It's kind of not fun to look at that one because it's like, let's see. This thing is right. Let's see. There's no easy way to put it, being right-handed. I can go up and I can go. Let's go up a little bit. Let's do this. Let's try this out. Maybe that'll work. That'll work. Alrighty, this is coming along pretty good now. Let's get to the edges. The other thing I learned when I first started painting is I learned to paint deep. So you paint the deepest part of the model first, and then paint your way back out, which is something you don't generally think about, and I don't think about. Maybe it's obvious to some people, but you got to paint the deepest part because otherwise you're going to end up redoing it when you're like, oh crap, I didn't get that bit. So when you're choosing your colors and stuff, you're like, oh, where's the deepest part of the model? And what part am I going to have to hit first? And that's the deepest usually. That's what I found. And that's only through trial and error of freaking redoing things over and over again because I didn't get it exactly the way I wanted it. But I must say, as someone who never thought that they would be painting any of this stuff, I actually rather enjoy it. And that's, oh my God, my iPad, for some reason, I say anything close to something with the Aya and that stupid app from Amazon, because I'm listening to their music through my headphones. That stupid app is like the most sensitive, more sensitive than the Echo Dots or anything else. I don't know, say. Different angles. This is kind of painstaking on this one. But I want this lava river to look really cool, so I'll put the effort to get in there. Kinda. Alright, cool. Let's try to get the edges out of the way, then the rest of it should be rather straightforward. And I think with this one, do the back. I don't want to do like this is all lava. I almost want to make it all black with the gray. Trying to figure out how they, because they did some of the cavern stuff at the top end of these. But I could just do them all black. I could do them any way I want. Sometimes I pigeonhole myself in by going, well, that's the way they painted it, so that's how I have to do it. And then the forest, I started branching out and doing more of the different paint schemes that I wanted to do. The autumn forest as opposed to straight green trees. I gotta get those finished. Make sure I get. What do we got going on? All right, let's see. Yeah, this is the part that's just so. I don't like this song very much either. Next song. Next song. There we go. I'm going to do all of these with the black on the riverbanks instead of transitioning to the cavern scheme at the top. I just like the thought of this is like Welcome to Hell. Like just this whole. There's Hellscape is the name of it, right? And the dry brushing of the gray on it makes it look pretty good, so. Plus you have all this lava here that's like. So I'm just gonna do this. I think this is where I think this is the right thing to do. We'll see. All right. Not much to talk about while you're just trying to paint. Katie's probably playing Star Wars or something. Just want to get. I want to see this thing light up, so I'm gonna make sure I get this part done and get at least the dry brushing in. Gotta do another coat of the black. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but the second coat of black should go really quick. All right. Let's get this set over here. See what happens. Yeah. Painting the terrain is a lot different from painting a mini, like I was saying earlier too, because in the mini you're like, especially like when I make a new character, and I have the mini I want, and I have like the idea in my head of like what that character is going to be, or an NPC that I created, and I'm working on that as a GM or a DM, and I just like you have that idea, and you get so excited to kind of paint, like even to the point where like the open legend game we play. I had all the guys pick out their minis, and then I went through and I said, "Give me your paint schemes." And I painted all their minis so that like it was like because we were a 1930s golden age superhero pulp hero, and that was fun to paint all those characters because it was like everyone got to get their personalities based upon their color schemes and stuff. And it sucks when you can't sit across the table from people. I just painted those, and then COVID happened. Well, I didn't just, but so you get those painted, and it's like then all of a sudden COVID hits, and you're like, oh man. I got this. Don't touch the black, Mike. Don't touch the black. Because then you'll just end up touching something else and screwing it up. Nice. There we go. Don't touch that. My cat's disappeared. Where's Katie? Katie must have wrangled the cats. Okay. Whew. The thing about being on this though is that usually I'm watching a TV show or a movie that I've already seen, so that I don't really care what I don't have to watch it. It's just listening shows. I don't have those distracting me. I just have. Alright, this thing's going on its back. Better angle on this. Much better angle on that. This is really kind of, the black is really stark here. This is kind of cool. This is really gonna, I'm really kind of excited for this. Because the other pieces I got, they're their own little lava pieces. This is the actual lava river. This thing is gonna be pretty badass, I think. This is nice and easy. There we go. Yeah, when it lights up, I'm really excited to light it up tonight. Let me get this stupid. And just as I said that, what happened? The AI was like, what did you want? It's like I didn't even mention you. All right, let's just come back down. I get a better angle here. We just need this to. Yeah, this red actually was smart. Smart call. Actually, I like the yellow too. But all the way around, I think it looks kind of neat. All the different colors in there. Let's see. All right. This is that white. This is that molar I was saying earlier. Be careful around this rock here. Got a level of 40 already, kiddo, huh? I need to get leveling myself. Now that I showed you how you can modify your equipment, huh? Alright, nice and easy on this part here. This nice little swell. Okay. Yeah, exactly. You just gotta mod it, get your damage and armor up. All right, let's see here. Starting to come together, really. Second coat should be pretty easy to put on once I get through this coat. The second coat will be, the other side will be dry, and I'll be able to. Yeah, I wanted this. The other ones, they have the cracks. This one, I want it like the lava just came down and it's not coming up through the cracks, or it's not leaking through the cracks yet. So I want to do like really showcase the lava river. The other areas, they have the cracks and stuff because lava's just kind of there. And this one, I wanted to be like, especially this lava fall here. I wanted to really showcase that thing because it's just so neat. Yeah, I do too. I'm surprised they don't use their own colors because these colors look absolutely perfect with it. I don't know why they chose to use the golden colors, but maybe that's just what um, the one girl who paint, or there's a couple people now, but the one girl who paints their stuff, she just likes the golden stuff, I think. But their Picorni paints are very cheap, and they're really good quality. And it's like if you're already buying the models off their site, why wouldn't you just buy their paints too? That's my thought. I don't know if it's a brand deal or not. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just what she's comfortable with. There we go. Because you figure they would want to sell more paint, but maybe they don't. I mean, maybe they don't care about the paint. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, well, that's why I forced myself to use their paints in there. I forced myself to use their paints because I own them, and I was pretty sure, like with how thin they are, I was like, oh, these totally gonna work. I don't know why these wouldn't work, you know. But what's the worst if it didn't work? You just thin it out and paint it again. I'm happy with it though. Very happy with it. All right, let's see. I think I'm gonna go. No, I can't turn him just yet. Uh, Sometimes you just can't get a good angle. I need to go this side here. I can see the edge. All right, here we go. I will get this one done. Man, these take a while though. What you'd have to do, or what I should do, is next time is I should just do the white on every one of them and then do the orange. But I really wanted to see the paint scheme come together on this guy. Come on. There we go. It's just, why am I using my fingers so much? I could just use this. Shit. I don't want it there. Alright, cool. I got this like this. It's the only way I can get an angle that I want. The only way. That's what I. Alright, there we go. I got the edge. Got the edge. The light in my face, too. It's like lovely. Lovely hot light. Alright, get out of the way. Out's the way. Out's the way. Well, look at that. It's all a matter of perspective. That's how you miss certain spots. How did I miss those? I'm getting through it. I'm probably boring the hell out of people. Yeah, there's only 4 people left. It's probably all my family watching. That's fine. Because I'm going to get it done. It's 9 o'clock. Just get it done. Yeah, they are. They are popping already. The cats need their own computers? Yeah, well, it's starting to get pricey. Well, Nitz is over there sleeping. I don't know where Rue went. She might be up with Mom, or she might be playing around in the living room. Nice breeze coming through now, though. The back of this is just supposed to be black anyway. She had eye boogies. Dex is ordering. Doing his man spreading. Yeah, I have to figure out a better system with the cameras, I think. But for now, this part works. Just get better about how to learn from it and move on. Alright, cool. That's that. Cool. There we go. Then we're going to do the back next, and the back is going to be crazy. cracks over here. This is going to be... Alright, so now I'm going to do this upside down like this, because it'll be easier for me to get a handle on it. It's pretty straightforward. Just really glob it on back. Spread it out so that you can still see the fossil once the fossil will be set up once we dry brush. Dry brush it, and then I will go in with the bone color to make it pop out. Should just do this section here. I need angle. I need an angle like this. Angle for right-handers. Alright. Stop humming. Twitch will kick me off for humming copyrighted material. Just get... Yeah, why does anyone want to see my nipples? No one wants to see that. I don't know where the hell that came from. Where did that come from, kiddo? Yeah, I would. Cameras alone are getting in the way of painting. The painting cams are getting in the way of painting, let alone nipple cams. Shit. So tomorrow I'll be streaming Open Legend. I guess I'm going to do it to all the platforms again because it seems to be working okay. Last time I was trying to stream it though, the computer was not happy. This tabletop simulator was like dragging CPU like you wouldn't believe. Which is annoying because it didn't used to. I didn't know if there was an update to OBS Labs that caused an issue. Ugh. Alright, so when I first started painting, I would have been worried that, oh no, you can't see the skeleton. You paint it over it, you're not going to be able to see it. Well, dry brushing is going to solve that problem. And then you can hit it with a detail brush, make the bones kind of pop out a little bit, and then do a little bit of detail on it. So it looks like it's disappeared now, but I'll bring it back. Oh, like a nipple cam is in like you like in Austin Powers where they had guns in their jubblies. Oh, that's right. I have a little dwarvenite here. And that dwarvenite that needs to pop out a little bit. Okay, so the black on the back is done. Now I just have to wait a minute. I have to give it a second. I have to wash this brush off. Okay. So that's the beginning. That's definitely looking a hell of a lot better than it did. Yeah, it came together pretty good. Now I just gotta wait for that black to just get a little bit tacky and dry. And then, actually, let me see this here. Looks like it's not very organic. Let's give it an edge, give it a curve here. There we go, looks a lot better. You notice things like that sometimes. Oh. What? What does that mean? Gotta wait for this. Oh, and then I go and touch it. That's the classic. That's a classic me move there. To go and touch the back. Wait for that to finish. Where's my gray? And I'm gonna dry brush with gray, and then I'm going to use some cardboard probably. I like that black better. Like I know that they do this transitionary with theirs. But I kind of like it just all being black and charred. I don't know, it's just me. They're kind of messy in their dry brushing. What? My brush makes a loud noise and people will make the videos of them quietly making noises. Okay. Well, that's funny. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway. Yeah, I like the charred look here. I think on these. And as the other riverbanks are not going to have it. Because the lava flows. So this is a lava flow here. That's all going to be black. The only other one is this. So there's this piece here where the lava goes underneath this little overhang. But I think I'm going to do that all in black too, though. Or maybe not. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I gotta think about what I want to do there. But the other ones are all just... Yeah. I don't know. I'll think about the other stuff. The Lava River stuff's all gonna have the black on it, I think. I think that's where to go. Let's just hit it with a second on this side here. Should be done now. Should be done. Drying. They are. Let's see. Yeah, it's covering up really well. up really well down here. Second coat on the blacks. This black is usually pretty good. The cool thing about this black is it's not a satin finish, it's a gloss finish. And you kind of like that. I like volcanic rock, even though this isn't like necessarily volcanic, but you know how volcanic rock has that shiny nature to it. That's kind of what I think about it. I mean, it'll dull a little bit when you put the dry brush on it. I like the thought of it being a little shiny. I never asked. All right. Stupid Alexa. No. Yeah, this is... Alright. I wish they had a fast forward button in real life. You'd be like, because I could edit this later and make an instructional video and just fast forward everything. But right now, it's live. Yeah, this is a really slick look here, I think. Get all these little creases where the light might find a way. Like I miss a little pinhole somewhere. The light will just come straight through. And you can see where the white is still there. So I did 2 coats of the white and 2 coats of the black. So this sure as shit better be good. That's more than likely why they charge so much for the painted stuff, because you can't just 1 color, 2 color, and then done. The light is shining at that angle. It's tough to see. Nice. Yeah, that looks good. Make sure I get every bit. Cool, that's looking pretty good over here. I think when you get everything and then you see a little spot, like, oh, how did I miss that spot? And then another one's like, oh, it's like I must have just missed a little bit of it. I got all that stuff there. Yeah, that's kind of the... It's like you're going to be constantly fighting the little bits you miss, I guess. That's the only way to do it, is to just make sure like you get as much of you as you can, and then when you put it on the You put it on the light source. You look for any of the imperfections or something you may have missed, and you see whether or not you really care if you did miss something. And then just basically touch up where you see it with the light. It's my only thought process on how we're gonna get past that. But this is spreading pretty good. The black, their black does a pretty good job. This is really gonna. The black just gives it such a pop to the color. All right. Oh, geez, look at all that. You can see it all. Where the white is just sitting there. It's going to be dry brushed with a base gray. So having a little bit of white pop through shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't show any light. And it won't take away from the look of the piece, because you have that gray kind of coming in on the highlights of the rocks. So it shouldn't be an issue, but you kind of want to do your best to cover as much as possible so that the light doesn't come out. So when I see it, there we go. Oh yeah, and that's what I get for pushing the back down all the time. There's that dwarvenite right there. I'm gonna do like a purple color on it. Yeah, dropping it on the back was a stupid idea, Mike. You just put a bunch of holes in there. Alright, so I'm gonna have to let the back dry a little bit more. Went too quickly the second coat, and by moving it around on the mat there, it caused the paint to get scraped off a little bit. So I'm going to finish touching that up and give it a good 5 minutes, I think. And I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with these flame spouts. Doesn't look bad. It's gonna need this and probably the yellow dry brushed, I think. I mean, it's not the same level as this one. This one's like, I don't know how it's like almost like they airbrushed it on. I think they might have airbrushed it. I mean, I can do it. It's okay that it gets it gets the deep spaces filled with orange, because when you shine light through it, you're not going to see, and it'll still look like flame. I think it's kind of neat. We'll see. Like a flame wall. Flame wall. The wizard's like, flame on! Yeah, the wizard's like, There's a dragon saying, "No, to hell with you." Oh. I don't think it picks up everything, huh? Pick up that stupid bug outside. I gotta give that thing a minute. The back is still drying. The front's like pretty badass looking, I think. Go to look at the. If I could go smack that bug, I would. I totally would smack that bug. Yeah, firewall, huh? I actually really like the. Oh, I'm not talking to you. So I know that they got a little bit of gloss here to make it look kind of shiny. I could put some clear nail polish on it to kind of give it a gloss, which I might do, depending on how it looks with the light on it. But I could totally add a nice little glossy finish to the lava and give it more of a shiny. Just gotta wait on the black. But I'm really pleased with the. I mean, 2 hours, but it takes 2 hours to paint one piece. But if I was just going at a rate where I just did all the white, I think that would get all the white done, all the boring shit done. Watch a movie or three, and then go through and paint all the orange and stuff. I gotta wait for this back piece. The rest of it looks. Should do a light test. You want to do a light test? Who wants to do a light test? And there's only 4 people left, but you want to do a light test? Let's see if there's any pieces that come through. I'll get rid of this other one. Alright, so we'll just do this. Let's see here. Let's get this over here. Alright, so let's see. Just get this thing. Just put it right here. Kind of block off the other stuff. Just be careful. Let's see. Let's get another piece like this. These pieces here. No, let's see. This one. Either way. Alright, so let's see. Oh, yeah, wait. I gotta do this part too. Oh, that looks freaking badass. So that's the piece. I mean, not done. Not done at all by any stretch of our imagination. Hold on. Alright, so cool. So you can see that's the piece. I think it looks pretty. Let me do this. So you can see the little lights in it. And you turn up the. I think it looks pretty damn close. I think it's Now we do a comparison to their painted piece over here. So just put this guy right here. And like I said, I wasn't doing the this stuff here. I wasn't doing that here because of the lava. I wanted the lava, this thing itself, to really, like on the other pieces that are like this, I'll do those cracks. But I think that works really well. Thanks, man. I'm glad you liked it. There we go. Yeah, that thing came out pretty darn good. I don't see any I don't see any white coming through on it. The back a little bit. Maybe. Let's see. I'll be dry brushing back there. That looks pretty darn good, though. Oh yeah, definitely the back needs another coat. But that's still drying too. And I knew that when I was screwing around with it, so yeah, the back has some light. You can't really see it there, but yeah, that'll be no problem at all to get rid of that. No problem. Brushes out of the way. Yeah, that look, I'm very, very happy with that. I'll probably add some of the nail polish, the clear nail polish, to give it that sort of look, to give it a shiny look. Bless you. Hi, little one. I have a visitor here. Little Roo. Little Roo. Here, baby, go in your little spot. Go in there. Like that spot? There you go. Go lie down. Go down. Go lie down. She's got a little cubby hole over there that she sleeps in. Alright, I'm very happy with that. I haven't dry brushed yet. But I think I'm going to clean up. I accomplished what I needed to. I gotta wait for this to dry anyway. It's gonna just be boring, and there's no one really watching right now anyway. So I'll be back tomorrow. I'm doing Open Legend. I'll be streaming that, and then I think Wednesday maybe I'll do some more lava. Maybe do some forests. Maybe do some more painting. So anyway, it's good talking to you all. Thanks for watching.